1,500 municipal workers here in Toronto, primarily veterans who are coming back from the Second World War. I will go into more history and more current matters a little later, but I wanted to recognize Councillors Michael Layton and Councillors Joe Cressy, who are here. And we'll recognize another councillor in a moment who will say some words, make some comments. But I also want to indicate that in 1943, on the first anniversary of our founding, the mayor and councillors, and I'll repeat this later, celebrated our anniversary by talking about common purpose and the things we can do together. I'm going to get back to that a little later, but I want to thank Councillor Baeremaeker, who works hard helping provide municipal services, to make a few remarks on behalf of the city.
Thank you, and thank you very much for coming out today on this beautifully sunny and but cold day. And I think Councillor Cressy was saying, well, if we're inside workers, why are we on the outside today? But I guess we have to accommodate the flagpole, because the flagpole cannot be signed up as a QP 79 member, because 416 would probably get all flustered about that. But as one of the city's deputy mayors, and representing the mayor and all members of council today, I want to thank Local 79 for making this city everything that it is. You go on TV, the internet, radio, every time they publish a list, the City of Toronto is at the top or close to the top on every single measurement we can take in terms of quality of life. This city is far from perfect, as we all know, but we have worked together to make sure that this entire magnificent city that we live in works, and it works every single day, 365 days a year. And I'm just going to go down a few of the things that I've noticed that we do. Everything from urban forestry to long-term care to housing and homeless services to our recreation programs to our Healthy Babies, Healthy Children programs, our dental programs to help lower income residents get dental services that they otherwise couldn't afford, our Dine Safe program, which is the web page on the City of Toronto that's the busiest site on our entire website, because people want to make sure that when they take their family out to celebrate, they can actually eat in a safe place. Our Body Safe Place site for those of us who want tattoos. Our water monitoring and inspection, and again, without water monitoring and bringing the 400 billion liters of water every year to the city, every hospital, every school, every building would shut down within 24 hours. That's how important our Local 79 workers are. Our building inspectors, keeping us safe. Our child care workers, educating and loving and supporting the future generations. Our city planners, building all of these skyscrapers. Our museums, to make sure we remember who we are and where we came from. Our environment and energy departments. And our Toronto Employment and Social Services. That is a not bad complement of services. And Councillor Layton, Councillor Fletcher, Councillor Cressy and I are four of many, many friends that you have on council. And I will speak personally now, because I don't want to speak directly on behalf of the mayor, just in case I say something that he might not agree with. But I'm going to tell you, as a pro-Labour council, I want to thank Local 79 and all of you who support Local 79 to make sure that every single employee that works for us has a safe workplace, has a healthy workplace, has the ability to make a living wage, has the ability to take care of their families, has a health care plan in place, so that if any of us get sick or struck down with any illness or ailment, that we actually have a support system to make sure we and our families are taken care of, and that we have a pension plan in place for every single person that works for us. And if you, like myself, Councillor Layton, Councillor Cressy, Councillor Fletcher, and many others, if you decide to dedicate a decade or 2 decades or 3 decades of your life, of your career, to work in the public service, to work for the public, and make this a miracle city, you should be able to have a pension plan that takes care of you when you're 65, 75, and 85 years old. My expectation is that probably none of us will buy yachts or villas in Mexico, but what QP 79 and all of our labor councils and unions do is make sure that we who work for the city and work in the city have a decent standard of living while we're working and after we're living. I would like to sort of conclude by reflecting that when I first ran in 2003, about 13 years ago, I was elected because Local 79, Local 416, the Firefighters Association, Toronto Labour Council all endorsed me and helped me cross the finish line first. And I have voted pro-Labour on every single vote in the last 13 years. And I can guarantee you, for Councillor Cressy, Councillor Layton, Councillor Fletcher, and many other pro-Labour councillors, we have the exact same track record. Sometimes some of our colleagues don't have that record and they're on the other side of the ledger, I will say. And that's what I would encourage you. When Local 416, Local 79, or the Toronto Labour Council calls you or emails you and say, get out to this local campaign, we need a pro-Labour person in council, you have to work. You've had me for 13 years. I hope I'm here for another decade. That's what you do when you get one councillor elected. Nathan Shan, our councillor who was the most recent addition to our Toronto Council, has a wonderful, strong, proud Labour record. He's there now. He's young. He's going to be there at least for 10 years, 20 years if we can all help it. So I would encourage you, if you get one of us into office during a campaign, we're going to be with you for a decade. If you get one of our opponents who want to dismantle pensions, dismantle health plans, contract out everything, they'll also be in power for a decade or two. So make sure next election you get out there, you work hard, make sure we have a pro-Labour council at City of Toronto Council. Thank you very much.